because Scott Boras spoke with the media earlier today, and he talked about his client in Eric Hosmer. So let's hear from Scott Boras, the mega agent who was in Carlsbad. This was earlier today, and this was from Annie Halbrin of the UT. Here's Scott Boras.
I don't have any knowledge of their internal meetings. I just know that Hawes has been a real core of their leadership and been somebody that I think is very much appreciated by ownership, as I'm told. And so, other than that, I really don't have much to say. Again, he has a long-term contract there, and that's about the best that I can say about his future there.
Man, it feels like a long time since Hot Talent Lava. You know what I mean? That introductory press conference 4 years ago, nearly 4 years ago. He's only halfway through this deal, 59 million still remaining, something like that. It is the elephant in the room. There's no question. They tried to move him in July. Preller talked about it earlier today, but from Scott Boras' perspective, I mean, it's his client, the haze in the barn, so to speak. The 8 years, 144 is coming. I mean, that money is coming. It's not really Scott Boras' concern. It is his client's happiness. That's absolutely his concern, but the deal's been signed, and the Padres signed that deal. The Padres offered that deal. Eric Hosmer accepted it. So, it's less of Boras's problem and more of the Padres' problem, in my opinion.
I think the Padres, Eric, and Scott Boras, they all know the deal here. Whatever has been discussed, they know what the direction is of the Padres, what they want to happen with Eric Hosmer. And I don't think that Scott could say much more than what he did there. I do think if he knew that anything was imminent, maybe he might have led you down that path, like, well, who knows type of thing. And I kind of feel like he already said that because he didn't really say much. Like when you don't say much, maybe things are happening. I don't know. That's just what I think about when he talks about Eric Hosmer, because you heard him today talking about all these players, and he dived into a bunch of different types of analogies and one-liners and everything. And then when Eric Hosmer gets brought up, it's like, well, they brought him in to be a leader, and that's who he is. So maybe something's happening. Maybe something's not. Maybe they know the deal. Maybe Preller's talked to Boras, and they're like, look, here's what we want to do with Eric. I'm going to put on a not a brave face, but I'm going to tell the media, like, we anticipate having Eric here just so we don't cause any more problems. And so we don't have Eric being asked 1,000 times a day about, hey, are you going to be traded? Are you going to be traded? Because if you go out in the media, if Preller goes in the media and says that, it says like, yeah, we're looking to get rid of Eric Hosmer. How does that make Eric Hosmer feel? He's going to be getting blown up on his phone every single day, and he's going to blow up Scott Boras every single day asking him, hey, where am I being traded?
And you wouldn't want to limit value. I mean, if you're AJ Preller, you wouldn't want to put yourself in a position where you don't have leverage. Not that he has a lot of leverage with Eric Hosmer, but we don't know what the CBA looks like. We don't know, if there's going to be a salary floor, and where Eric Hosmer's salary could be advantageous for a team like we see in the NBA and the NFL. Pop that up one more time. All right, Sergio, thanks for participating again.
I agree with this one.
If you're just getting to the channel and the live chat tonight, please subscribe. We've got year-round Padres content for you. We appreciate the 1,000 of you that have subscribed over these last handful of weeks. There's no question about that. I will say this. You go back to the trade deadline last year, and AJ Preller spoke today about they felt as if their team was better by keeping Eric Hosmer on the roster. He spoke to him in the hours or days that followed the trade deadline, even leading up to it. You have to imagine, Jim, from Boras's tenor and tone today, is it didn't sit well with Hosmer or his agent that he was being shopped in the fourth year of his deal. I think it's as simple as that. There's no way that sat well with Eric Hosmer. I know it was relayed to his agent. Boras put pressure on the Padres. He's continued to put pressure on the Padres. And I think it's as simple as that. And now the question becomes, is Eric Hosmer going to be fully committed? The Padres might be committed. There's a very good chance he comes back. There's no question about that. $60 million are on his deal. So there's a real scenario where he comes back. And if he does come back, is he helping you win baseball games? It is as simple as that. Everyone's on board if he's helping you win. It's as simple as that. And I don't know if it's possible or not. These last 4 years have not been good from a productivity perspective. I don't envision it getting a lot better, but I've been fooled before,
We all have. And Preller, Darren talks about this. He's going for his offseason championship. He's going for the defending championship, right? He's trying to regain his title as the offseason winners the last 3 off seasons since he signed Eric Hosmer and he signed Manny, and then this year bringing in Bob Melvin, like, to keep his crown. And so December is the month where he makes all his moves. Like, also last year bringing in Darvish, Snell, and Musgrove. So he's done a lot of things in the month of December. He's done a lot of things the last 3-4 off seasons. And would it surprise me if he pulled off a trade for Eric Hosmer? Absolutely not. I don't buy really anything that he says until the first game of spring training next year and Eric Hosmer's on this team. Until then, I don't believe that Eric Hosmer will be on this team. It's just hard to believe after what happened this past year. Like you said, the trade deadline, could that have been a boiling point moment with him in this franchise, even though they have said the right things publicly? Internally, it's probably like, look, we just have to like sever ties here. We got to go our separate ways. We got to figure out how to end this relationship in the offseason. Because $59 million, while it's not like a small amount of money, it's also not the $120+ million you'd have to like eat if you were trying to trade him last year. So there is not a lot of money relatively. It's just his productivity doesn't match that contract at all.